Even the most well-meaning habits could be doing more harm than good for your Yorkie. Surprisingly, some of the everyday things you might not even think twice about could actually be causing your pup physical pain, emotional stress, or even anxiety. In this video, we'll uncover these sneaky mistakes and share how to avoid them to keep your Yorkie happy and healthy. Let's start with one of the biggest culprits. Number 1. Using a leash instead of a harness. Picture this: your tiny Yorkie spots a squirrel darting across the yard. Before you can say heel, they're lunging forward like a mini torpedo. Now imagine all that force concentrated on their delicate neck. Unlike larger breeds, Yorkies have fragile tracheas that can collapse under too much pressure, a condition that's as painful as it sounds. That said, using a collar for walks is essentially asking for trouble. In fact, one owner shared, "I thought using a collar was fine until my Yorkie started coughing after every walk. Switching to a harness was a game changer. I wish I had known sooner." Yorkies are also prone to something called reverse sneezing, which looks and sounds scary. This happens when their soft tracheas get irritated and they struggle to breathe. They might stand stiffly, stretching their necks to try and get some relief. It's heartbreaking to see, but switching to a harness can make a world of difference. A harness distributes pressure across their chest and shoulders, keeping their tiny necks safe, even during those squirrel chasing moments. Number 2. Letting them jump from heights like the couch. Yorkies may have big personalities, but their little legs aren't built for acrobatics. While they might confidently leap off a couch or bed like tiny daredevils, the impact on their delicate knees can cause serious problems over time. The name for this common issue? Luxating patellas, a fancy way of saying their kneecaps can slip out of place. It can be extremely painful, and prolonged jumping makes it worse. One owner shared saying, "I thought my Yorkie was invincible. 15 years without issues. But my new Yorkie wasn't so lucky and broke her leg just weeks after adoption. Now, I always use ramps and steps. Better safe than sorry." Providing ramps or pet stairs is an easy way to keep your Yorkie's joints healthy while still letting them enjoy the furniture they believe they own. Pro tip: adding a joint supplement to their diet can also help keep those knees in top shape, though you should consult with your vet. So protect those little legs. They'll thank you with years of zoomies. Number 3. Not handling them early on. Think of your Yorkie as a blank canvas when they're a puppy. Every brushstroke of grooming and touch shapes their attitude toward being handled. Skip this step, and you might find yourself in the middle of a battle every time you attempt to trim their nails or clean their ears. As one owner admitted, "I didn't handle my Yorkie enough as a puppy. Now she tries to bite me every time I bathe her. I even have to muzzle her." If that sounds like a nightmare to you, don't worry. Here's the trick. Start small and early. Gently massage their paws, check their ears, brush their teeth, and clean their eyes daily. Think of it as teaching them that being fussed over is just part of the deal. Make it fun. Treats, cuddles, and positive praises go a long way. And don't forget, a tired Yorkie is much more likely to be a cooperative Yorkie, so tackle grooming after playtime. Early desensitization isn't just about easier grooming. It's the secret to raising a chill, pampered pup who actually enjoys the spa treatment. Number 4. Thinking small and hypoallergenic means low maintenance. One assumption new owners often make is that the tiny size and silky, hypoallergenic coat means Yorkies are wash and go pups. But don't be fooled. That luxurious hair of theirs? It's prone to matting, especially around the neck and legs. And those mats aren't just an eyesore, they're downright painful for your Yorkie. In fact, one owner shared saying, "I thought Yorkies were low maintenance until I spent 15 minutes working out a mat the size of a grave. Lesson learned, brushing is non-negotiable." Regular brushing is the key to keeping their coat tangle-free and comfortable. Aim for at least 3 times a week, especially if they wear harnesses that rub against their fur. And don't wait for mats to form. By the time you notice them, your Yorkie might already be dealing with a lot of discomfort. Sure, they don't shed much, but that doesn't mean their grooming routine is low effort. Think of their coat like a fine silk dress. It needs regular care to stay in top condition. In return, your Yorkie will thank you with plenty of snuggles and a glamorous, mat-free look. Number 5. Not brushing their teeth daily. A recent survey by Bark revealed that nearly 70% of dog owners admit they never brush their pups' teeth. Let's be honest, it's not exactly anyone's favorite task. But skipping this step can spell big trouble for Yorkies who are particularly prone to dental issues. This breed is notoriously prone to bad breath, plaque buildup, and gum disease. So skipping daily brushing is like sending them an open invitation to the doggy dentist. As one owner shared, "We have to get our 2-year-old rescue's teeth professionally cleaned already. Yorkies just have terrible dental health." Brushing their teeth daily is the first line of defense, but there are other tools in your arsenal too. Dental wipes, chews, or gels can help if your Yorkie gives you the side eye when you pull out the toothbrush. Regular, professional cleanings might also be necessary, so don't be surprised if the vet recommends it sooner rather than later. Neglecting dental care doesn't just lead to stinky kisses. It can cause infections and even heart issues down the line. That said, stay on top of those tiny teeth and your Yorkie will flash a healthier, happier smile for years to come. Number 6. Ignoring your Yorkie. Calling Yorkies just cute little companions doesn't even scratch the surface. They are fiercely loyal and absolutely thrive on being center of attention dogs. Treating them like independent pets or leaving them alone for long periods is the quickest way to hurt their feelings. In fact, these tiny shadows are happiest when they're glued to your side, whether they're working, relaxing, or making your 47th trip to the fridge. As one owner perfectly put it, "From a human point of view, you need to be emotionally prepared to never ever be alone again. This is the reality of life with a Yorkie." Ignoring them can lead to loneliness, separation anxiety, and some not-so-fun behaviors like barking, whining, or destructive chewing. If you're busy, even a quick cuddle or a toy to keep them entertained can make a big difference. Yorkies don't just want your company, they need it. And if you can't give them this, these dogs aren't for you. Number 7. Allowing them to rough play with other dogs. Yorkies might think they're the kings and queens of the dog park, but their tiny frames tell a different story. Letting them engage in rough play with bigger dogs is like sending a toddler into a rugby match. It won't end well. And let's face it, almost every dog out there is going to tower over them. Even friendly dogs can accidentally hurt a Yorkie during an enthusiastic game of chase or tug of war. One owner joked, "My Yorkie struts into the park like she owns the place, until a lab tail nearly takes her out. Reality check, she's not as indestructible as she thinks." Yorkies are fragile, with delicate bones and joints that are easily injured. A well-placed bump or tumble can lead to serious issues like fractures or ligament tears. While socialization is essential, it's better to set up play dates with dogs of a similar size and energy level. Supervision is key too. Keep an eye on interactions to step in before things get too rowdy. Your Yorkie might have a big personality, but they'll stay safer and happier playing within their weight class. Number 8. Changing their routine too often. Imagine waking up one day and finding your morning coffee replaced with kale juice. That's how your Yorkie feels when you suddenly change their routine. These little creatures thrive on predictability, and even small changes to their schedule can throw their world into chaos. Whether it's a shift in feeding times, a new brand of food, or an altered walk schedule, Yorkies will notice, and not always in a good way. In fact, one Yorkie owner shared saying, "Yorkies are creatures of habit. Any changes to their diet, routine, or medication can have huge impacts on their lives." Disruptions to their routine can lead to stress, upset stomachs, or even behavior changes. For example, switching their food without a gradual transition can trigger digestive issues, and inconsistency in daily walks might make them restless or anxious. Consistency is key with this breed. Find something that works for them and stick to their regular schedule as much as possible. But if you need to make changes, introduce them slowly. A happy Yorkie is one that knows exactly what to expect each day. Number 9. Scolding or yelling at your Yorkie. Your Yorkie is like an emotional sponge. Every word and tone you use soaks right in. So yelling at them doesn't teach them right from wrong. It just leaves them feeling confused and anxious. These tiny pups don't have thick skin, literally or emotionally, so harsh words can do more harm than good. One Yorkie owner shared, saying, "I yelled at my Yorkie once. She acted like I'd canceled her Netflix subscription. Now it's all treats and praise, way less drama." Positive reinforcement, on the other hand, works wonders. Celebrate their wins with treats, cuddles, or their favorite squeaky toy. When they slip up, redirect their behavior calmly instead of turning up the volume. After all, who wouldn't respond better to encouragement than scolding? Your Yorkie isn't trying to frustrate you. They just need a little guidance to figure out what you want. With patience and positivity, you'll have a pup who's eager to please and ready to show off their good behavior. Harsh tones? Leave those at the door. Your Yorkie deserves better. Hey, if you enjoyed this, you'll probably love this video here. And if you hit subscribe, I'll donate a meal to a rescue dog on your behalf.